We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Welcome back. We're in Izmir, Turkey at the moment.
And in today's video, we are just going to take you around and show you some of the highlights that are to be found here in Izmir, all within walking distance of the Renaissance Izmir Hotel where we're currently staying. So we wandered here to Konak Pier, which is this big building right on the waterfront, and we thought maybe there'd be something to see here, but really when you come inside it's just like a pretty rundown shopping mall with most of the storefronts closed, and then there's a movie theater and then a bunch of restaurants which have all the waterfront like space for their patios. So when you come in here you can't actually get a good view of the water because you would have to pay to eat at a restaurant to have like one of those nice seats. So not much else here.
I just saw something that was really disappointing. There was a bunch of balloons in the water that are tied to a string. The whole point is to use BB guns to pop them. Yeah. I don't really have words. Just disappointed. That's all.
We're now here at Konak Square, which is right by the waterfront. And behind me is the Izmir Clock Tower, which is the main landmark of the city of Izmir. It was completed in 1901, and it was built to mark the 25th anniversary of the coronation of Abdul Hamid II. Pretty sure that's correct. And it was designed by a French architect, Raymond Herré. It's pretty busy down here, a lot of people. It's a beautiful sunny day, and one of the other things you can do down here is there are just like a ton of pigeons, and you can buy little cups of birdseed from the vendors and feed pigeons as well if that's your thing. So we've inadvertently wandered into, I believe it's called Kemeraltı Bazaar, which is the main market area here in Izmir, because all of a sudden it's really bustling, lots of people, lots of shops, like food, gold vendors,
Clothing,
spice markets, like everything.
Spice market.
Right behind us.
Oh. Yeah. So it's right by the clock tower, which we didn't know. So it was just accidental. We walked into it.
Yeah, we are standing at Konak Square at the clock tower, and we saw a lot of people wandering down towards the street, so we followed along, and here we are. It's a pretty cool vibe. Definitely some more pushy vendors following you along, trying to sell you T-shirts and whatever else, but it's what you would expect in a place like this. In fact, it's more like what I expected the Grand Bazaar to be, and oddly enough, the day we were at the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, we got left alone pretty much. So, but this is exactly what I'd expect, and it's a cool vibe. Izmir in general, I've actually really liked the vibe of.
Yeah, short of the Airbnb experience, the vibe here has been really cool. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, like the street scene, I felt like it's just this really hip, trendy, a lot of cool restaurants, wandering around, but even near the hotel, there's people just having lunch and, just out for the day. And it's just, it's a really nice scene here.
And one thing that's really nice is that there's a bunch of dedicated gluten-free restaurants. Not only restaurants, but there's also a dedicated gluten-free grocery store here. So, this is an easy place for me to be.
we got thirsty, so we stopped at this juice stand behind us and got this melon juice. Unfortunately, we still have no idea what kind of melon it is because the guy doesn't speak any English or hardly any English. The word kavan is on the signboard there, but when I googled it, kavan basically is just a Turkish word to describe pretty much all types of melons.
The closest I can say it tastes like is cantaloupe meets honeydew, so probably closer to a canary melon.
Absolutely, I agree with that. That's totally what it tastes like. It's delicious and refreshing though.
Yeah.
Several days later.
We walked about, I think it's under a kilometer from our hotel, and we are currently here at what is called the Agora of Smyrna, or also known as the Agora of Izmir. And what it is, Agora is an ancient Greek word meaning marketplace, and this was basically an ancient Roman marketplace that was built around the 4th century BC by the Greeks originally. It was destroyed by an earthquake in 178 AD, and the reconstruction of it was ordered by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. I think excavations started in 1933, and it is now also known as the Agora Open Air Museum. Entrance was reasonably priced. It was €6 each. Worked out to be like 556 Turkish lira, so not too expensive. And we're gonna go wander around at the ruins behind us here.
Izmir itself is 8,500 years old. I can't even fathom that. That is a long time. It's a weird feeling because I've always wanted to be in amongst a lot of history and just to like experience it, and now I am.
Yeah.
And it's I can't even describe it.
It is an odd feeling. You grow up reading about ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and even though we haven't been to Rome and we haven't been to Greece, here we are in Turkey, and we're standing amongst ancient Greek, ancient Roman ruins dating back to the 4th century BC, and it is a really cool thing to see up close, to be in amongst ruins that are this old.
Yeah, it makes me excited for Ephesus because Ephesus is older than us, is it not?
I think it's probably around the same, but
Either way.
yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So as near as I can figure, this structure here was the basilica, which was a large building. Like you can see the columns from up above there, and there would have been like a big structure above us that would have been the commercial and judicial building. So I assume like governmental, use, that sort of thing. And then I believe along the ground here, this level where we're walking, would have been like this covered archway. And we can see these remnants of what look like little square foundations. I believe these would have been individual like market stalls, if I'm not mistaken. Wow,
Oh, cool.
this is really cool.
Behind me is this Ottoman cemetery from the Byzantine era. Yeah, who knew? Now the tombstones, they've definitely faded. You can't read them. I think they're in Greek, if I'm not mistaken, or definitely a different language that I cannot read. So I don't know if any of these are figureheads or of importance, but still really neat.
I think these are lions. I'm not sure, can't really tell, and there's no signage.
Sadly, there is a section that obviously can be open for tourists, but it is currently closed, which is really sad because it would be really cool to go down there and walk through the underground.
We're now down on the lower level of the structure, and in here you can see behind us at this whole area there's this water channel that runs through, and I don't know, I believe it's like spring water, or I don't know how it's irrigated, but the water basically runs all the way through, and this would have been part of the original structure used to distribute water throughout the buildings. Really, really cool in here, like all these cool archways and columns just above us there. This place is really neat.
Yeah. it's hard to describe the feeling because you see this kind of stuff in movies and stuff like that, and you never really think that you're going to be like able to like explore. We're exploring, and it's just really cool.
Yeah, like, there's, pieces of, I don't know, they're like pieces of statues, or remnants of statues, I guess, and there's like ancient Greek, inscriptions in them. It does look like something out of a movie, and it's really, really cool.
And we're here on a Monday, roughly afternoon, and it's really quiet. I mean, there's like a handful of people here, so we got the space to ourselves, which is really awesome. We've spent probably a good hour looking around and just poking around. So I would say give yourself some time. This is really worth it.
And it is midday. It's sunny. It's reasonably hot. It's like, probably 32, 33 degrees, but it's not unbearably hot. And you've got some shade within the structures themselves, so it's really nice.
The water from here would have been stored in cisterns and then distributed throughout the city to fountains and what have you. So this was their way of moving water around the city, which is really cool.
These archways are short because I'm 5'6" and I have to duck. As Cory was saying, the water there would have been distributed to cisterns, and right behind me there over my shoulder you can see an example of an Ottoman era cistern. That is gonna do it for our visit here to the Agora Open Air Museum.
I loved it. I love history, and it's so cool to be in something so ancient.
Yeah, this was definitely cooler than I thought it was going to be, and we're right in the middle of Izmir. Like, we walked here from our hotel in under 15 minutes, so it's like right in the heart of the city, really easy to get to. €6 per person for admission, so for the both of us it was just a little over 19 Canadian dollars. Well worth the price of admission. And yeah, no, definitely a really cool day. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to.
I couldn't agree more. Izmir has a lot to offer. It is a really cool city. The vibe here is it's what I imagine Paris will be like. If that makes any sense. Like, every time you see Paris in a film, there's always people out sitting in coffee shops and on the street and just enjoying the day, and that's the kind of feeling you get here. So I recommend Izmir overall.
Absolutely. I feel like Izmir's a city that we could spend a longer length of time in, and it's just got, like Cory said, that really cool vibe. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Thanks very much for joining us around the city of Izmir and exploring some of the highlights here. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and make sure you subscribe.
And join us in our next video for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring. Behind me is a cemetery from the Byzantine era. Behind me is a cemetery from the Ottoman era.